Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing with InDub Podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. Today for episode 154. Yeah, 154. I had to make sure I got that right because I'm like, I'm not wearing my glasses. Long story short, but 154 is the 7 top sales and marketing strategies that I put in using AI. Since AI is a big deal now, everyone's talking about it, Nathan. You haven't talked about it. Well, I did. I brought Kent on to talk about it, but I want to talk to you about it, just me, myself, and I, talking about 2 core things that I do and also help clients with, because I do believe it is a long journey. This is a long tail. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. So when it comes to breaking this down, I wanted to use AI because I'm going to give my 2 cents along comparison to the AI. All right. But before we get too in the weeds and the minutia of things, let me say thank you to all my worldwide listeners that are downloading the show. I appreciate you. Let me see some reviews. Let me see some comments. If you want to email direct me, I'm at info@nwebsterllc.com. And if you need more help, you can go to my blog at endupbrand.com. We are working on our website now. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you here very soon. And to my brand new listeners, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to dropping these diamonds for you as you come onto the show. So that's what's up. I appreciate that. So let's get into the show. I'm not wearing my glasses, y'all. Long story short, last week, matter of fact, at this time, I dropped them and it scratched it up. So it's hard for me. Some of you might say, well, you have a reflection anyways. I don't care about the reflection. And there's a little line, and I don't care about that either. But I do care whether or not if I can see. So I'm going to be putting these on. I have my notes right here in front of me because, if I get started too long, I'm going to go way off in my rabbit holes. Love the rabbit holes. It's all about the niches. Riches are in the niches. But I want to go into the 7 top for sales and marketing AI generated tactics, strategies that work for at least what AI say. So let's just get this right. I want to be sure to help you understand that when it comes to selling, that doesn't mean you are branding, and branding also is not selling. It is both under the marketing umbrella, and this is just me saying it, okay? So you might talk to another consultant or another agency, and then they may do things differently. That's totally okay. If you are going to find someone, and hopefully you do, it does not have to be me. I taking new clients on though. It does not have to be me. Find a personality that works best for you, an agency that works best for you and your company, and one that you can grow with, because marketing is an investment in the momentum that you're carrying on and carrying through, because marketing is a lot of work. Let's not underscore or underestimate how much work you're going to put in, because you already put in enough work just to get here. As you're listening to the show, you're like, man, how can I use this to better equip my team or just myself with ensuring that I check the boxes, dot the I's, cross the T's, and do all the things. Every agency will do it different, just like every company is different. Every industry is different. Every service and product and everything else. Blah, 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 right? You get the gist. So I just want to make sure that when I talk about these, please take it with a grain of salt and don't feel like you have to do all of them. You don't need to be like have the sense of urgency, like, I need to do it. So with that disclaimer, take the notes down. If you have questions, go to your favorite marketer. If you want to come see me, hey, I'm game for that too. Hit me up at info@nwebsterllc.com. All right, let's do this, right? Let's do this and let's have fun with it too. So I will say, this is a lot of information, okay? It's a lot of information. I'm going to go fast because I just want to read and go through it. I got the 7 top for sales and 7 top for marketing. You can put in your AI generator and see what they say too, but I at least want to cover and just say, is this whether or not the top way to go about it? It could be, just depending on where you're at. So with that being said, no further ado, I want to get to the top one for marketing, and then I'm going to jump to sales. So they say the top one for marketing is going to be content marketing. So, content marketing, for those I don't know, it's about creating content that's, say, on your website that bring people along in a very directed pull strategy sort of a way. When I say a directed pull, that means we are directly pulling people off of the content that we created. It's kind of like a smell for a cake. Like you see on cartoons, the smell draws them in. It directly is focused on those types of customers, avatars. And again, see, I'm about to go too far. So in the content marketing, this is where hopefully, no matter your source of where they're coming from, if it's from social, if it's from an ad, if it's from a search, or if it's from word of mouth, if it's a traditional billboard, magazine, PR of that sort of nature, content marketing is what they say creating the valuable and relevant content to attract and engage. So you are bringing them in on a high level. That's the top number one marketing. Top one for sales, it says consultative selling. So this is focused on ensuring that you are helping your client overcome any objections, any objectives, any barriers, any obstacles when it comes to their needs. So you are taking care of their needs immediately. Marketing number two, social media marketing. Now, I would agree with number one, content marketing, because we are all looking for some content to consume. As for the consultative selling, I do believe this is one of the reasons why there are so much sampling. There are so many FAQ or chat bots or call customer service, all those sort of things to overcome those challenges. Because let's face it, we're in the age of technology, of information overload, where we have analysis paralysis. So getting that information out there to the folks that are doing the researching is really important. So that works really well with having enough content. Now, number two is social media marketing, and leads to sales is social proof. So I think that is quite ironic, because social media, depending on the generation you're going for, yes, it could be that way you want to go about. Now, if you want to go for the older generation, social media is not going to be the thing. But both, you need to provide proof, because when it comes to um here's where I'm gonna get to in the sales. Number three is urgency, and four is scarcity. So when it comes to social media, be very careful of clickbait, things that probably may not be authentic, original, real. These are the things that get people. My mom be asking me, like, Nathan, I got this email and they said, oh, I could get this money, that it's grant. I just need to do. I said, Mom, a grant, you don't need to send money to anyone. You receive the money. But they said this and they said that. So, also, and of course, they give a deadline for her to respond back to. This is why, with all the spamming, right? The sense of urgency and the scarcity model works very well if you get it to the right individual, which could be any generation. But as for social media marketing, that's not going to be for all generations. On top of that, depending on the platform, is going to be different. It goes number three is SEO. Now, I'm going to say SEM, and there is a bit of a difference with SEM because SEO really focuses on your website, when SEM is getting folks to your website. Now, there are differences, but there are also similarities, and that's a deeper conversation, because there's an art and a science to it. Again, another conversation. Let's get into where I think is most important that every business should have is email marketing. This is number four for marketing. And for when it comes to sales, here's where we go into the storytelling for number five. The five, storytelling with sales, meshed in with email marketing, because that means you've done your due diligence of getting points of contact to them, and you are giving them the content. Number one, marketing strategy, or number one strategy tactic. So much to say there. You're giving them that number one, right? Content marketing. You're giving them what they want. You're getting their attention. One, when that email comes in, that ding pops in. Not only are you giving them what they want, you're giving them something that they may not need. So it's like, oh, that's a cool fun fact, right? We love fun facts. But then it gets into where, oh, this is something I need. And the going back to the social proof of having like a testimonial or a review or someone that has gone through the experience. And this is where the branding comes in at. It gives you a different perspective. So this is where it does help you stay top of mind. And my thing is always to stay top of mind when it comes to marketing. Again, when it comes to food, for example, and this is when I was going to say, I might not be the marketing expert you go to, but just as long as if I'm in the top three, I'm okay with that. Because just like doctors, there's all different type of doctors, there's all different type of marketers. So when it comes to, and this is where I thought it was interesting, the number 7 is relationship building for sales. I start with that. That's me. That's just me. Relationship building is always number 1, and that's where I, I built a conference around it, right? But that's just me. That's number 7 in the sales when some people have built their empire off of that. Some people don't like people, so they don't do any relational things. It's all transactional. So this is where it gets really, I will say, kind of like almost like a T in the road, depending on how you choose to scale. Now, number 6, because I already hit the last one of sales, it's upselling and cross-selling. What I think about interesting about upselling is this is where it gets to the point, hopefully you're in your business of where you have some horizontals and some verticals where you're offering more than just one thing to your clientele base or to your customers. And this is where I'm going to go up to the last 3 in marketing. So number 5 is influence marketing. Influencers. We have always had influencers when it comes to brands, but not like we do today. I don't remember his name, but there was a guy from Dell, and then there was a guy with Verizon. I think now he's with T-Mobile. We got the little, oh, I don't want to say the name. The gal with AT&T. We have more, we got Geico, and we can keep going, right? But we have now more influencers because on social media we have influencers, right? When we saw the commercial, and you're like, oh, it's that commercial again with that person. Well, now we see it on social media. So the influencer marketing, I feel, is much more higher. However, it costs money. Influencers are not cheap. Okay. So talking about cheap, or not cheap, let me get into whoops, sorry, I got a little eye boogie in my, if you watching me, my bad. When it comes to the next one, number 6 is pay per click, which is PPC. So this is where we were talking about SEM, and on an ad wise for ROAS, return on an ad spend, which we did a podcast about that a couple of years ago, getting that ROAS going for you. But that pay per click needs to be right if you are in this digital age of marketing. You just can't be throwing money at no bullseye. We need to have a target in place, and it's number 6, which leads to them referral marketing. I don't believe the ads are lower, should be like at that low, nor should I be the referral marketing should be that low. Now, some people will say referral marketing is your family and friends, and then you get into the whole MLM sort of thing. I think the referral marketing should be more of you are referring other people, so which means you have a referral program in place. It could also be a loyalty program. That would be my number 1. Loyalty programs, because people do business with who they know, like, and trust, and that know, like, and trust comes no better than someone who's already used the product, service, and enjoyed it thoroughly, right? Thoroughly. If you enjoy something so good, you're gonna share it and blast it on the rooftop. So when you drop those diamonds, people are looking to pick it back up. So that referral piece is important because it's the golden goose of where it's the word of mouth marketing that never stops. But again, this is AI generated. This is why I say I don't believe the AI generated stuff is going to place our jobs yet. Can they? I don't think so. Processing information? Yeah. But doing this, because every industry is different, yeah, it's completely not what you think it is. In regards to like, oh, I'm gonna have AI do this, AI do that. You still need someone to bring it all together, because when I look, and let me give you the sales top 7, which is consultative selling, social proof. 3 is urgency. 4 is scarcity. 5 is storytelling. 6 is upselling, and 7 is relationship building. Those are pretty key. Oh, I don't think I got to storytelling, which is I wanted to leave that one for last as well. The storytelling, along with the relationship building, I believe is by far the number one way for sales you need to go about it, because people do want that relationship. They want it to be authentic. They don't want to feel like you are selling to them. They don't want to feel that you like just talk at me. No, talk to me. That's why I was saying for the number 7, and content is good, right? But you get that if you can get it from the most personalized, customized way, I think you're hitting a grand slam. So going back to the top 7 marketing is content marketing, social media marketing, search engine optimization. Number 4 is email marketing. 5 is influencer marketing. Number 6 is pay-per-click. And number 7 is referral marketing. That's a lot, y'all. I'm not going to lie to say that's not a lot. It is a lot. As I was going through, I'm like, I don't want to just jump back and forth or only cover one, or only cover one side. I want to cover all of them. Again, this is AI generated. So AI can be good to get you off the starting blocks, but to keep you going, you're going to have to finesse all that stuff together. If you're going to do that on your own, God bless you. If you want to do it by yourself, man, more power to you. Godspeed to you. If you need help, which I would be saying I need help too, because in some of these things, even for me, I need help. Make sure you contact your local marketer to help you with these things, because getting to the point of where you're scaling, where it's beyond the family, beyond the friends, beyond the immediate colleagues, you're gonna have to coalesce some of those things together, because it's gonna be outside your comfort zone. So hit me up. You know where to find me. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. I want to thank you again for my first time listeners downloading the show. I appreciate you. If you like the show, please download and subscribe. By doing so, you can rate and review the show. And for all my worldwide listeners that have subscribed, if you haven't already, please rate, review, and share the show. So I wish you nothing but the best. So dream big and Godspeed.